he will get the first break around 3-6.
Oh, here's an aggressive trade as Def does have his flash available. He heals, avoids the stun, as now Ghost in a bit of trouble. Beryl looking for it. Zenith Blade goes through. He's looking for the first blood, but he doesn't quite get there. Now Pyosik chasing as he manages to grab the kill onto the Draven, but that is not before the kill does come through. It wasn't Draven that picked it up, and Pyosik will be traded for, and it's Bdd that collects that kill as well. Nongshim, great Dread wrapping around. You can see the extra investment from DRX is there. Whirling Death available from Ghost, so he can at least get a bit of extra damage there as Pyosik picks up the Herald, the eye collected by Kingen as well, but the fight has broken out. Beryl dives right into the middle of everyone as Effort puts up the door, but it's not going to quite be enough. Draven cashes out what little stacks he has remaining as Bdd tries to find the ult, but he doesn't get it. Pyosik avoids it with the ulti from the Kayle, and now DRX are trying to win the fight. It's a flash forward from
He had the right idea on the Emperor's Divide, but it hit no one.
Yeah, it just didn't actually connect. He's so far away, he has to shuffle in. Beryl's turn here as well, and the missed ultimate here from Effort are pretty huge. Beryl actually comes in here with a nice Zenith Blade, does die for it, but Kingen has the right angle here on the side. He's low-level Kayle, but he gets a big ultimate off on Pyosik and can help clean up this fight. So really critical, at least for Nongshim. You know, we had the bad Draven moment before we lost to Sex. This time he cashed in.
And Effort just lying in wait. Barrel set up a lot of damage there onto Leona. And now Zeka with a flank angle. Deft also moving on over. Solar Flare completely whiffing though. As Deft throws some feathers in. Cannon Barrage goes down, but Nongshim not looking like they're on the same page here right now. Deft just sitting on his Featherstorm happily. Taken. As Beryl, I don't know about that one, but Effort's still gonna miss him.
Yeah, well,
that's an outcome.
Day one LCK. All right, well, Zeko's looking for a flank. He doesn't have any opportunities.
Yeah, Solar Flare comes on through. Ghost in a whole host of trouble. Emperor's Divide once again not necessarily hitting the mark as there is so much AoE damage going down, but still, it's a double kill for Ghost. Pyosik getting the resets, but into what zone? Not exactly where he wants to be. Deft manages to take a Drake.
It's easier if Deft is there, but then you end up potentially losing Deft because the collapse is there for Nongshim. You don't get the Drake. Dread looking deep for something.
Yeah, if they get dove here, it's a bit of a problem, but they're not going for... okay. Deft just walks
game part of it just yet, but watch the split that happens here for DRX. Deft decides he's holding Drake. Featherstorm is massive, and the Emperor's Divide, like you said, doesn't hit anyone. Pyosik Zonias it. Then Deft decides he's going to split off. The Cannon Barrage cuts them in half, and I think there's a bit of a disconnect because DRX could have arguably pushed up top to kind of peel for Deft and get out of there, but they decide, let's guarantee Drake. A bit of a disconnect there, I think, but Pyosik did enough to buy.
But anyway, he is going to be very, very strong. Nongshim setting up for the Drake as Deft over the wall. That is a gigantic barrel. Cannon Barrage comes down, and by himself, Canna has zoned everyone away from this Dragon Pit. Pyosik can get in there and isn't able to steal away the Dragon, but Nongshim had no idea that he even went in.
Engage, a flank. I mean, Zeka was looking, but nobody else was.
Just walk over and take Baron.
God.
I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, well, they are at least starting it. Nongshim trying to get on
look at that damage.
Yeah, it's going down so extraordinarily quickly, but it shouldn't be a surprise. They have a Kayle who's got so many items. They take the Baron Deft. Now Featherstorming to try and keep himself safe. Effort trying to avoid those feathers, but the Emperor's Divide this time is going to work. Zeka goes golden, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep him alive as he tries to backflip out, but it doesn't work.
As well. We go back to this engage. The barrel chain here was pre-set up for a leap over the bush. They had the vision set up there too. Really well premeditated here by Con. It's a question Nongshim is going to have to answer.
Well, that's going to be a lot of damage coming through here. Any free autos that happen from this Kayle are just going to do so much work. Trying to set up the feathers here as well on DRX's side. That is a Cannon Barrage to come on through as Dread taking a lot of damage. Beryl tries to dive into the back line. The Emperor's Divide onto only Zeka, but he's still trying to fight this one out. The perfect execution is there, as now we're trying to take down this Elder, and it's Pyosik that secures it, and now it's Kingen with an Elder buff, as well as Kayle. He just gets ripped apart, but now Deft is here to try and take them down. Bdd, can he be the carry for this team, is the question. Heartbreaker is going to miss, but Bdd has no hope against the big old dragon, and now it's just a back from Dread. Pyosik just trying to fight this one out, but
Yeah, I don't think the back there from Dread is really what's going to win it. I think this is game over, and I think DRX have beaten the odds.
They certainly have. They have no right to win this game with this composition in a 40-minute Elder fight. Nongshim never on the same page together in these critical objective fights, and the Elder fight was no exception. As we'll watch the fireworks
This is
here
an
as
epic
Pyoshik.
battle. As, okay, Dread is he's burning. Pyoshik's still going to chase him, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm glad that we get to watch this, as we do have 15 seconds on Canna. Ghost is up pretty soon. This game's probably not over, but Dread is definitely going to die.
Scrims now. It feels like a scrim. Like, let's see if we can beat this team with the late game comp, with our inferior comp in the late game.
Yeah.
Feels like a scrim.
Oh, another Glacial Fissure going wide. Hasn't been the greatest game here for Effort, and he's just going to get taken down. Def with Featherstorm available, and now also has the ult from Kale. These wallets are getting pretty heavy. However, they're now at the wrong side of the turret. Def taking a lot of damage. Here's now Canna trying to get on forward. You can see now they're just trying to get around this Nexus. Where are we? Where are we going? Well, they're going to be fine. I mean, look, they own this part of the map, right? There are no inhibitors available, so I guess it works out.
I think that was a little bit overzealous and flashy from DRX, but they're still in a position to win this game.
Yeah.
The final turret here on the outside will fall. Bdd.
They literally took the roundabout way of killing the inhibitor turret.
They were a little bit flashy, and quite literally Deft is flashing for kills and going forward here. And this is a bit of a, I want to say, silly fight here for DRX as they're fighting under a turret. They give Bdd a massive Emperor's Divide here, his first of the game. Look at Bdd. He actually shuffles the triple here, and that actually brings, you know, Nongshim to relevance. Like, they actually have one more fight in this game that was by no rights they should have any chance to fight for one more Elder, but I guess with one triple here from Bdd, that's all it takes. We're going to watch his first-person view. And he's like, I'm going for it.
Yeah,
look at him, like, calling for Kale because he knows the ult's going on Deft. Really well played.
You can see Kingen trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do. Bdd sitting on his teleport, as is Kingen. And now we're going to go 4v4, looking to try and get this flip happening. It is going to be secured by Nongshim, but can they win the ensuing fight is the question. Already Zekra has taken down Effort, and Canna has been taken as well. As Bdd trying to get the work done, but it doesn't work. Zekra just out of Dragon range. And now Dread's trying to get his work done, but Kingen is just a raid boss, a monster! And DRX will ace them and will finally win the game.
There you are going to close it out against Gangplank, Azir, Draven.
Oh my god, Kingen will finish off this Nexus. The Kale reigns supreme, demonstrates that late game prowess.
드레이븐 높을 드레이븐 높을 드레이븐 봐봐 빨리 좀 와봐 야 이길만해 드레이븐 봐봐 아지르 높을 아지르 높을 천천히 잡아 나이스 야 바텀 탑으로 갈래? 바텀 가운데로 가 미드